Welcome back to the next round of the IGTL. There is your points table after race 1 in Fuji. It's Vitman takes an early lead in the championship, followed by May with the two extra sissy cars lining up in 3rd and 4th and 5th. Let's see how they line up in Monza. Here we go, it's Melon then who takes pole position. May's alongside him on the front row of the grid. It's a long run into turn 1. Who's going to get the best start? Lights out and away we go. It's a great start from May, who looks to try and jump Melon right off the start. Vitman trying to get not bogged down. There goes May, who manages to overtake. Ninja's managed to find his way past Vitman as well at the same time. Here they all come into turn 1. Does we have a crash? There's Ninja going down the inside. They're all biding their time. That's crazy, but it's trying to go around the outside of Night Donna. I think that's one of the Porsches there that's going slow and cut himself across the chicane. That might be Racer Tay, who seems to drop back, and it is. It's Racer Tay who's dropped down to 9th place. Now he's got Squeaks and Robbo all over the back of him. Robbo's trying to get around the outside of Squeaks, that then backs out, and now Squeaks is trying to go down the inside. Now back up in the front, then it's May that takes the lead with Melon in 2nd. Ninja is in 3rd at the moment with Vitman Extra Frosty, a Crazy Buttocks are all very near to each other. Vitman goes down the inside, there's a bit of contact between him and Frosty, and Frosty manages to find his way past both Vitman and Ninja. Ninja manages to hold off against Vitman, and Ninja now loses himself outside of the top 3. Here we go then, coming through the first Lesmos for the first time in these 13 laps. We've got TNT and Racer Taze trying to go around the outside. Night Donna switching it to the inside. He's going to try and make a move. Racer Taze made to go for it, and TNT's gone off. TNT's fallen off the track. He's gone slightly off, ever so slightly. They all seem to be shuffling around for positions. There's Robbo getting himself involved with the two Aston Martins at the moment, of the foxy old farts racing cars. We'll see as they all come flying down underneath the old track and into the Ascara chicane for the first of 13 laps. Here we go then, Robbo, does he make a move on Fox? You know, he's in a bit of an Aston Martin sandwich at the moment. Is he going to be able to get the run out the Ascara chicane? He has got a very quick car in a straight line, has Robbo. That Volkswagen for the Yorkshire T cars are very good. Both Yorkshire T cars will be racing, and now Frosty's going down the inside of Ninja into the Parabolica. He's done it, he's made the move stick, and Frosty's now up into 3rd at the end of the first lap. May has got an incredible start and looks to build out a gap already. Ninja is trying to do well, to trying to get onto the back, and there they go there, side by side, win down the main straight. Ninja is coming straight back at him for 3rd place. It looks like that Jack's just got extra straight line speed in comparison to the Subaru. Does Vitman come down to make a move as well, coming down into the first chicane? Who's going to get it? It looks like Vitman and in fact there's contact somewhere. Ninja gets reset, and Ninja just overshot the corner. I wonder if there was contact there between Frosty and the other one. Crazy Buttocks and Mess Squeakers, the two Lexus, the two Squeaky Buttocks cars going side by side through the Curva Grande. Around the outside goes Squeak. He's still going to hold it in there coming into the 2nd chicane, however. Squeak cut back to the outside. Crazy Buttocks defends the inside for turn 3. And now as we cut down the order, we can see those are the two Lexus still going wheel to wheel, side by side, fighting each other. There doesn't look to be any team orders here. You do not want to get your team out. Two Aston Martins are running together. And there you can see there's Ada 2014 bringing up the rear. Extra Frosty and Ninja are under investigation, so there must have been contact somewhere. That's one of the Astons going slow. So here we go. So I think there might have been contact between Ninja and Extra Frosty in that turn 1 collision, because the stewards are looking into the incident, so it will be intriguing to see what they think about it. May is into the lead with Melon and Vitman and 2nd and 3rd. In fact, the two Lexus have actually switched positions somewhere, going down into a sky. Crazy Buttocks is in 8th now. 7th is the other Lexus. Just outside, and there's contact, I think, because someone's gone off. Hobo Fraggins is going slow. Robbo might have been involved in that one somewhere. There was definitely contact because there was dust being kicked up everywhere, and Hobo was going slow as though he was letting someone through, so a bit disastrous. And there must have been a collision there, because both Hobo Fraggins and BJ Robert 28 are under investigation. Hobo Fraggins found himself under investigation quite frequently in Fuji. Someone who else didn't have the best of starts in Fuji was Ada. He's running around the back at the moment. Melon defending from Extra Frosty. Frosty goes down the inside as he slows the car down to try and take his way not just past the reigning champion, but the championship leader. There's contact there as Racer Tay finds his way past. He's going to barge his way through. You could hear the collision there. No one looks to have come off considerably worse. There's Night Donna, who's filling in for Incy in this race. Crazy Buttocks has dropped behind Ninja as well. And now TNT follows. He's gained a lot over his teammate Foxy, the Aston Martin. Does he come to the outside? No, he switches to the inside. He's going down the inside under braking. And the stewards have announced there's a 3-point deduction for this man, Extra Frosty, who's been penalised for causing that collision between Ninja and himself. Crazy Buttocks going side, he's been penalised. That allows Foxy to catch up a lot. There's M3 guy, there's B028 in the Volkswagen, there's Hobble Fraggins. The other Volkswagen and Melon lost the lead off the start. I think May just had a much better start. May is second in the Drivers' Championship, will want to decrease the points. The Fuji race suggests that it could be May and Vitman G for the championship, if anything, them being the top three. Vitman G wanting to be the first ever double world champion in the IGTL. Here comes Race Tay having to defend against Nike Donna. And now Nike Donna switches. Does he get the inside line? Now, what's quicker, a straight line, a Porsche or a Subaru? Most people will be led to believe the Porsche is probably quicker in a straight line. What does the Subaru have? It's quite a downforce and kind of might not be the best in a straight line. We're about to see it in full force. There's two extra sissy cars. Hobbo Fraggins gets penalised. That's for his incident with Rob. I'm sure we'll get a replay on that one a bit further down the line. Here comes Hobbo then. He's slipstreaming off of Racete. And in fact, that's, I believe, Foxy all over the back with Crazy Buttocks. And now, actually, they go side by side. Crazy Buttocks follows Foxy. In fact, they're side by side coming down the main straight. Is M3 guy going to make it 3 wide? Yes, he does. He comes down the inside of all three of them. And all three of them come charging into the braking zone. M3 guy looks to back out. Foxy does not back out. And in fact, that's Foxy now ahead of Crazy Buttocks. I don't think Foxy was in front. The two Aston Martins have just made their way up into 9th and 10th. That's M3 guy in 12th. Now, however, Foxy runs a little bit wide. Is this going to be enough for Crazy Buttocks to make the position back? And there's M3 guy just hanging around in case these two get it horrifically wrong coming into the second chicane. Here they come now into the second chicane, and it looks to be in a bit of contact. Crazy Buttocks is seemingly stopped, and in fact there's more contact as M3 guy's gone. M3 guy's completely gone. Foxy goes slow. M3 guy rejoins the track. There goes Robert through, and there's Hobbo, I think. That might have been Hobbo that's just come ploughing into M3 guy, who was waiting for Crazy and Foxy. Oh no, Foxy must have been waiting for Crazy and them. Multiple cars under investigation. That's all them cars that are involved in that second chicane collision just earlier on the lap. It's an interesting one. It would be interesting to see who the stewards will deem at fault for that. I'm getting word that is multiple cars under investigation. So then Squeaks is now all over the back of TNT, who's managed to lose the position to him somehow. Crazy Buttocks has lost a couple of positions to BJ28, who now makes his way back inside the top 10. Squeaks may be disappointed with this one, as he's ahead of his teammate. Crazy Buttocks deployed a different strategy to everyone else, which allowed him to come through to take the lead. Hobbo Fraggins gets penalised. I believe that to be his incident with Robbo, which we're still waiting to see. I believe that to be down at the Ascari chicane somewhere on lap 2. We're still awaiting to see that one. We've got Racete, who's trying to follow Mesquig, who's in Racete's actually ended up in 9th place now. He's ended up behind this lot, which is not really what he's going to want. It's not been the strongest of starts of a race for him. Racete's very first IGTL win came here at Monza, and he's not had a podium in quite some time. He's not had a win, he's not even had a podium in quite some time. It's been a long time. It just doesn't look to be going well. He does not seem to have the luck in recent times for races to be going well for him, which is really unfortunate for him. So, and Race Day now down in 8th, he's ahead of Mesquicas. I can't. And we're going to wonder what happens to Racete if he can continue to move forward. He's a very competent driver, he's a quick driver. I'm not sure why it's just not working out for him at the start of the season. Obviously, last race in Fuji, he just got ploughed off the track into turn 1. And in fact, there's Squeaks getting a bit of an off-track excursion there, and 3 guys trying to catch up to the back of Foxy. No, Hobbo's trying to catch up to the back of Foxy, and 3 guys trying to catch up to the back of Crazy Buttocks. Here comes Hobbo Fraggins. And in fact, Foxy's gone off coming out of the second Lesmo, and there goes Hobbo Fraggins in probably one of the easiest overtakes he'll have to do all afternoon. And that was an easy move for Hobbo Fraggins in the end. Here's TNT going side by side with Ninja. TNT actually trying to get around the outside of the Jaguar. 2 British manufacturers go side by side, and around the outside goes TNT. Melon in the pits, and here comes TNT. Does he get the cutback coming out of the parabolic curve? Does he have enough? Ninja looks at his head in the pits, as he does. TNT in the pits as well. So Nike Donna, Extra Frost, and Racete are all out in the lead of this race now. In fact, as it stands, it's currently a Subaru 1-2. So that is quite something for the Subaru fans and drivers, that the extra sissy cars, obviously Night Donner replacing Intercy for this race, and look how close these two are as well. Running out for 1 and 2. 2-point deduction for M3 guy and Foxy. That I believe is at the second chicane or lap 4. I believe Foxy's was for the overall collision. However, he waited, so his penalty was lessened, and M3 guy was his rejoin to the track. Got a couple of replays now. I'm not 100%. I think this is Racer Tay. Yes, it is. It's Racer Tay that we're on board with now in the Red Bull Porsche. Doesn't get the best of starts. John starts to run away from him off the line. There's Crazy Buttocks, there's TNT, and there's Night Donner. They're all launching themselves down. So very long run into the first corner. So he just sort of bogged down off the start and dropped back to 9th in the end. He tries to get around the outside. Gets kind of cut off there. There's a bit of contact, but it's to be expected when you've got a first section of the track, the first couple of corners. You've got 15 aggressive drivers, all wanting to scrap for positions off the outset. This is on board with Mess Squeakers, who is not. He's down in 12th at the moment off the grid. We'll just see how he gets off the line. Gets a good start, in fact so good a start. Foxy has to weave around the outside of it, still get past Bidro 28 as well. Here comes Racer Tay. There's Racer Tay there. In fact Squeaks is on the grass almost onto the break, and that would have ended in disaster had he committed to being on the grass. Launches himself in, gets directly involved. Sort of push out, he gets sort of boxed in really, he's got no room, and there's now Racer Tay getting the exit in 9th place. We'll see if Racer Tay does Squeaks have intentions. He looks like it. I wonder if that's just because of Racer Tay giving him a small block. However, Racer Tay is not expecting him to be there at Curva Grande on the inside. It's not the most viable of overtakes. And then into the second chicane, Squeaks does not try anything stupid. This is our Fraggins. Yeah, no, I'd say that penalty was somewhat justified, as that was all we had to see on that replay. This is another replay. This is the turn 4 incident, lap 4 incident. So here we go, into the chicane. Foxy sort of hit Crazy Buttocks off, and then hit M3 guy around, and that's why Foxy gets penalised. And I think M3 guy gets penalised for that when he rejoins, and Hobos hits him as well. So back to the live racing then. We've got Vitman G, who's down in 7th place, the championship leader after one race. It'd be interesting to see if he can maintain himself as the championship leader over the remaining races of this season. We shall find out. So then here's TNT, here's Ninja going around the outside of the Curva Grande. Comes TNT coming down the inside into the second chicane. Does he go down the inside? Yes, he does. He tries to go down the inside. He tries to find the gap. There isn't enough of a gap. Ninja and TNT both bouncing the way over the curbs, and Ninja stays in front of TNT. Ninja is still holding on to that position with his dearest livers Adder rounding up the rear of this race. There now, you got Ninja 132 in 9th place, just holding on against TNT 2000, number 67 versus number 7. Here comes TNT, comes down the inside. He makes his intentions clear. They head down the back straight, as we can see them going underneath the old track where the bank track goes over the top there. TNT looks to have the position done and dusted, gets him on the straight. The two Subarus are now in the pits, as you can see in the graphic, as is Racer Tay, meaning the entire top 3 at the moment are in the pits. Majority of cars, I believe, pitted by now then. So that must mean that Crazy Buttocks is now in 7th place. Does Crazy Buttocks pit? No, he doesn't. Crazy Buttocks, I do not believe, has pitted in at the moment. So it's an interesting strategy for him to go with. He does not pit. Melond is in 4th. Does Melond improve his position? No, he doesn't, because May has actually come out in the lead of all of this. He's retaken the lead after this round of the pit stops. And May looks on a commanding charge in his last race in Mercedes cars. Both Subarus seemingly crossing the white line on the pit exit. Don't know if the stewards will be looking into that. There wasn't really a car near him, so I'd say that was safe. And here's Ninja, who's ahead of TNT. He's found his way ahead on that back main straight. Maybe even into Parabolica for all we know. All we know now is that Ninja is ahead. Now TNT is going to drastically and definitely try and find his way back past Squeaks. Is following all this. He's closed in on that battle. Now is TNT going to be able to catch Ninja? Here we go, on board with TNT, heading into the second chicane. Under braking, doesn't quite get the second chicane, And here we go then, out and round, and Ninja gets a spin on the exit of the curb. Now it will be important to see whether Ninja can catch up, or even TNT can catch up onto Ninja, and it looks like he has closed that gap down onto the back of that Jaguar. Aston Martin versus Jaguar, Brit versus an American. Who's going to come out on top in this battle? We've got Squeak not far behind. Here comes TNT now. He's following Ninja. He's side by side with Ninja. They come down the straight into the Ascara chicane underneath the old track. Here we go. Who's going to brake later? It's TNT who brakes later, and down the inside he goes on Ninja. Easy move in the end. But if this race has so far been anything to go with, it doesn't look like they're going to back off. And there's Robert going down the inside on M3 guy. He's managed to make it, and he's made it stick. The Volkswagen is now ahead of the Mercedes, two German manufacturers, both being raced by a Brit, and both apparently have the number 0. So then here comes M3 guy. He's going back around the outside. He's going to come back around the outside. Who's going to brake later, coming into the parabolic of the final corner of the track. It's a bit difficult to tell. A bit of smoke being kicked up there from M3 guy under braking. Here comes Robbo. Does he get the acceleration back? I think he does. They're both going to be pretty competent in a straight line. There's Crazy Buttocks making his first pit stop. Robbo's in the slipstream. Does he manage to pull out in time and make the move on M3 guy? He's gaining all in the slipstream. Pulls out, makes his commitment to the inside line, brakes slightly earlier than M3 guy, under braking, turns the car in, and that's a move, and that's had to overtake with BJ Robert 28. Under braking into the first corner, got himself in the slipstream, then got himself alongside, then got himself in front, and now we're back with this battle between TNT and Ninja, a battle that's been raging on practically the entire race. And now we've got driver number 7 of Ninja is now in 7th position. You've got the two Subarus of Night Donna and Extra Frosty who are racing wheel to wheel for 4th. I wonder if there could be any team orders imposed here, because Racete is gaining. He's gaining, and he's gaining quickly. So how is this going to play out between these two Subarus? Will they end up slowing themselves down to the point that Racete can come through and take them all? They're still going for it. It's not quite enough at the moment. There's Ninja, and there is the Aston Martin. Robbo's still ahead of M3 guy, so he's managed to hold on so far on this lap. There's Crazy Buttocks. M3 guy almost looked like he was going to make intentions of making a move. He doesn't in the end. He then pulls back out to the inside, makes intentions, doesn't go for the move, tries to get himself back on the driving line, and the last racing car of the Mercedes of the M3 guy has managed to keep himself on the track, and he's managed to keep himself behind BJ 28. There goes the two Subarus then down the main straight. Frosty's going to get the benefit of the slipstream from his own teammate, but I wonder if there's going to be a team strat plan in play here. It'll be interesting to see what's going to happen between this. You do not want to drive it into your teammates, especially if it's your reserve teammates, especially for Night Donna does not want to hit his teammate because he's as a reserve. That's not going to go down well. Either way, here comes Extra Frosty, still trying to catch up to Night Donna. We've got Vitman G. May has been doing an absolutely storming job from the front in the Mercedes. He's delivered everything he needs to deliver, and it's looking good for him. However, I can't tell with that gap between Racete and the two Subarus are getting lower. The gap that probably is getting low is between M3 guy, Robbo, and Crazy Buttocks. Crazy Buttocks is starting to get himself involved in this battle. You can see just in the background trying to catch up to M3 guy. Here comes M3 guy. He's coming down the inside on the braking. Is he going to go for it? No, he's not. He's going to hold back. He's going to hold back, and he's going to wait. He's going to bide his time for another more sensible opportunity, because you can probably get them down this straight here, which we've seen these two swap positions so frequently in the background. And in the background, there's Ninja going past TNT. They were not the focus of the shot then for a second, but there is Ninja overtaking TNT, and he finds his way back in front. Here comes Crazy Buttocks to join into this party, now making it 3 people all battling for this spot inside the top 10. Race leader May now makes his second stop in the race, as does Vitman G. And I wonder if Melond also joins them in making the second stop. And Crazy Buttocks is getting very close to the back of M39. So close, in fact, that he's pushing him through a scar. Here we go. Is he going to switch back? Is he going to get past him? How is he going to play this one then? He's going to try to go to the outside. Is he going to wait until the exit Parabolica? What's Crazy Buttocks going to do? He's going to go to the outside. He's gone around the outside, and he's braked around the outside. And what a fascinating move that was from Crazy Buttocks. Astonishing got the car on the outside. That was incredible. And then M3 guy calls it quits, goes into the pit lane. Melon's going side by side with Vim and G coming down into turn 1. Melon makes the move, and Melon has overtaken the championship leader in this race. And now that puts Melon into 7th place. Was not in the Fuji race, of course, so this was his first show for this season. There he goes, a simple move in the end. What a race Melon's having. He got it on pole, however unfortunately he seemed to drop back. The race is entirely going to plan for Melon despite putting it on pole. He looks to be falling back a bit, which is rather unfortunate for a man of his speed. Well, I guess we'll have to see. And there's Nike Donna around. Nike Donna's not facing the right way at all, and that's dropped him well out of the order. He was in 2nd. He was ahead of Extra Frosty. Not anymore. And that puts Racer-Tay, has somehow ended up in the lead of all of this round. Racer-Tay's managed to get past both Subarus. Here comes May now coming down the inside of Extra Frosty into the Sky chicane. Doesn't quite make that one mistake. What a race this has turned out to be from Racer-Tay, who's come from what at one stage he was 9th in the race. Now here he is leading the Grand Prix. Here he is. And now speaking of which, is this BG Robert 28 and Crazy Buttocks. BG Robert 28 goes to defend the inside line. Crazy forces Crazy Buttocks to the outside, and somehow Crazy Buttocks does. That was incredible racing from both of them there. And Robbo has indeed lost the position to Crazy Buttocks, dropped him back down to 10th. However, he's got Ninja behind him who's pitted in, so that will be 11th. Robbo hasn't made a second stop, which shows his intentions to go down the inside to get back at him into the final corner. That's not enough. Squeakers is now in the pit lane. Does Robbo manage to... He runs very wide through the final corner, very wide indeed. Is he pitting in this lap? And there's Squeaks, and there's one of the Aston Martins TNT. Vitman G looking to show his intentions on Melon. He's not quite getting there. And there's Squeaks Blue coming out of the pits now. TNT's coming out of the pits. Speed Drop 28 in the pits, as we saw. And now Vitman G following Melon. Who's going to come out in 5th place? Someone's got to do it, but who will it be? And Ninja's going off, and there's Squeaks actually ahead of TNT. Squeakers is now ahead of TNT, and in between Ninja and TNT who've been battling quite hard for a long time. And with Crazy Buttocks is actually in 7th. Could we see a team strategy in play here where Crazy Buttocks backs in any other way? Vitman G goes around the outside into the first of the last months. Around the outside goes Vitman G on Melon. Is Melon going to keep it there? Yes, he does. He keeps it down the inside. Goes Melon. Vitman G drives himself around the outside. What a move from Vitman G. That was incredible racing. And there he goes, Vitman G into 5th place. Here's the top 3 then. May just edging out Racer-Tay, who's just edging out Extra Frosty. Any one of these 3 looks like they might come out on top. Racer-Tay and Extra Frosty's. Racer-Tay goes very wide coming out of Ascari. Racer-Tay and Extra Frosty have only made 1 stop, whereas May's made both 2 pit stops at the moment. Frosty goes to the inside. Frosty commits to going down the inside. He's definitely committed now as he launches his car into the braking zone. Frosty goes down the inside. Racer-Tay's had an allegiance with Subaru in the past, and now he's just been overtaken by Subaru. And there goes Racer-Tay then. Drops down to 3rd place. It's still an incredible position for him to say he's starting 6th and ended up in like 9th or 10th at one point. Crazy Buttocks going slightly, I believe he's serving a penalty. There's Ninja, there's Squeakers, and there's TNT trying to get around the outside of Crazy Buttocks as well. Does TNT get in front? Not quite at the moment. Does he wait till the exit? Yes, he does. There goes TNT. He has indeed found his way around on the exit, and he's ahead. Now the Lexus tucks into the slipstream. How did Crazy Buttocks end up behind all of these? That is the question, because Crazy Buttocks was ahead, so we're now onto the penultimate lap of this race. There's Squeaks, who Squeaks looks to commit to going down the inside he goes, under braking, gets the car slowed down. Does Ninja fight back here? Of course he does. Does Ninja get the position though? No, he doesn't, not at the moment. Meanwhile, Melon is just edging out from Vitman G. Racer-Tay is only just holding out against Extra Frosty, and May is starting to blow out a gap on these 2. May, having never won a race in the IGTL, is now leading on the penultimate lap of the race here in Monza. Racer-Tay still holding on for 2nd. Can he get this podium that has eluded him so many times? He has had podiums, he has had wins before, he was a championship contender, but he's not had a podium in what feels like quite some time. Can he get that podium that just seemingly ran away from him so often? Here's Ninja, here's Squeaks, and here's TNT following Squeaks as they come onto this straight. We've seen plenty of people trying to go for into Ascari, some to more success than others, and some people have only teased a move into Ascari only to get them onto the back straight and into Parabolica. What does TNT play? If you had not going into Ascari with the thought of overtaking, then you would be right. However, is he going to try and get the exit of Ascari? It's quite a crucial exit. And there goes Vitman G going down the inside, and Melond, the championship leader, has not had a good race. Neither is the pole sitter, who's ended up in 6th place. Vitman G, the championship leader, is looking like he might lose a lot of points to May here. If May can hold on for this final lap of the race. Now we can see Melond. He's exposed, he's not in the slipstream. Nike Donner is being slipstreamed, he's being tailed by Vitman G, which then turns to Melond, and Melond goes down the inside on the braking, goes down the inside. And he's done them both in a spectacular fashion. That's a double overtake. Does Nike Donner fight back? He does, but unfortunately it's to no avail. And what a fantastic double overtake that was from Melond. Vitman G has dropped to 6th, Nike Donner's dropped to 5th. The only one that gained him, that was Melond, going from 6th to 4th. That was a fascinating move from Melond on the final lap. Here comes Racer Tay getting a power slide coming out of the second chicane. Then there's these three that are scrapping for position off the podium. And now Squeaks versus TNT. Ninja is just a little bit up the road. Here comes Squeaks. Does he come to the outside of the second chicane? Is he going to be able to get him under braking? He positions his car. He tries to get the car turned in around the outside and leave space for TNT. No, he doesn't. He unfortunately cannot get anything there. And now we've got these two scrapping again on the final lap for a position. Although no, we don't, because BDRO28 has just picked a penalty, it seems, and he's having to slow down to serve that. That is unfortunate for Robbo, but these three still going at it. And who's going to come out in 4th place at the end of this? Nike Donner does not look to have the best line. Here comes Extra Frosty and Racer Tay coming onto the back straight for the final time. Frosty's ahead. Melond, Nike Donner and Vitman G are still very close to each other. Racer Tay is quickly fighting back. But your winner, after what's been an incredible race, for the very first time in the IGTL, he stands atop the podium. Mercedes win here in Monza. It's May! Extra Frosty comes home to bring it in second, only just edging out Racer Tay. Racer Tay doing incredibly great work from both of these drivers. Melon 4th, 5th, championship leader Vitman G, 6th is Nike Donner, 7th Ninja, 8th TNT, 9th Mesqueakers, 10th Crazy Buttocks, and onwards down the grid. So May gets his first ever win in the IGTL, and the Mercedes last racing car get their first win in spectacular fashion. There's your rest of your lineup. In 11th is M3 guy, Robbo in 12th, 13th is Foxy, 14th is Hobo, and in 15th is Adder. So then, your winner for this afternoon was May, who gets his first win in the IGTL, and another milestone. The Extra Sissy racing cars get their first podium of the season, as does the Porsches of Racer Tay. Racer Tay actually getting his first podium in 9 races. Here we go then, this is the replay of Nike Donner, just gets it on the gravel coming out of the first Lesmont. This actually could be in a double podium for Subaru. That was unfortunate. So May takes over the lead of the championship then, ahead of Vitman G, with Extra Frosty moving up into 4th. As far as the constructors are concerned, I believe it's last to last, followed by Extra Sissy, and then Vitman G racing in 3rd. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in Suzuka.